Hey, I'm Chris. Welcome to this adventure. I know you're thinking, why is he there in the room? I just wanted to tell you how much this trip meant to me before we go on to the video. This was one of the places I wanted to go ever since we started our YouTube channel. And this was such an amazing trip and everything we got to see. Shawshank Redemption rates up at least in the top 20 of my favorite movies. It's kind of hard for me to pick like movies, what are my favorites, because there's just so many. But this one, the Shawshank Redemption is a movie I can sit down and watch at any place and just watch till the end. And this was amazing. I was so happy that it's so close. It's only 2.5 hour drive for us, and we went up and we stayed the night there. And this is the video that I always thought about doing from the very start. And I bet you've heard me say we're going to try and go up there. We're going to try and go up there. And we finally got up there. So let's go ahead and start the adventure. Hey, I'm Chris. This is Margie. We are going to be on the Shawshank Trail. Behind us is the Ohio Reformatory, and we're going to go in and take our tour. So, welcome to Shawshank. So, they've got a little area that says that they show what the dining room looks like up here on a picture, and the commissary. And they have here, Margie, the bags was issued to inmates for their laundry. So it's, yeah, a laundry bag. Let's see. Bug dust or tobacco was issued by State Ohio free of charge to inmates, although inmates preferred brand name tobacco. These items were used at the Ohio Penitentiary prior to steel trays. They have different stuff. This is like what the guards wore. This was a clock that a guard wore. Guard would have to clock in using the attached key at certain places in the prison on his rounds. Yeah, I know. Those are some big keys. They have a barber's chair over here. Tattoo gun inmates would use to apply tattoos to each other. It was made from a motor of a cassette player that had to be smuggled in. Toothbrush handle, duct tape, bell wire, and the tip of a ballpoint pen. Cornerstone and time capsule, which is within the stone. Stuff just in later years, Griff helped with GED and taught history. Band director. Inmates of the OSR music program made the wooden baton box, music stand frames, and folder for Frank Griff. And I might be saying his name wrong. Loved dealing with the inmates and called them the boys. Many would come visit him at his home after they were released from OSR. Inmates in prayer music program learned how to not only play instruments but make them, conduct them, and write music for them. But what they also learned was a pride in themselves, a crucial part of reform in prisons. So That's actually made out of wood.
Did you see the tattoo though?
Yeah. There's the warden. Here we have the handcuffs and straitjacket. Let's see. The Argus Iron Claw was an alternate type of handcuff that arresting officers would place the lower part around the wrist. Individuals. The upper arch handle would be held by the, oh wow, arresting officer. Dr. Sam Shawshank claimed that an intruder had brutally killed his wife. Oh, this is a, do you know who that is, about what that is about? Was he here? He was? I didn't know that.
I don't know, I'm reading.
Dr. Shawshank claimed that an intruder had brutally killed his wife on July 3rd, 1954. Richard Eberling, a window washer who had been in the Shepherd home the day of the murder, began fall under suspicion of the murder when he was arrested by burglars and was found to be in possession of 2 of Mrs. Shepherd's rings when incarcerated at Orient Correctional Institute near Columbus for a non-related murder. 19 Eberling's DNA implicated him in the Shepherd murder, but Eberling denied killing Mrs. Shepherd. So this is about the fugitive, yeah.
But it says here, they said it wasn't. Let me read that.
So Sam Shepherd, a doctor from Bay Village, Ohio, near Cleveland, was found guilty of killing his wife, Marilyn, on July 3rd, 1954. Shepherd's account of the murder was that he had fallen asleep on the couch and was awakened by Marilyn's screams from upstairs. So, I don't know if Sam Shepherd spent time here or not. So this is part of the station for the electric chair. And then we'll go in here. They have another station and the electric chair itself. A room just off the Warden's Office, I believe. They've got all different kinds of stuff. The film reel was a prop used in the Shawshank Redemption. When the Shawshank film crew got to OSR, the building had been neglected for some time. This mold mirrors the base of the column that might have needed repair. This was a temporary set pass used by an extra for access to the Shawshank Redemption. There's a cardboard cutout of Andy Dufresne or Tim Robbins. What's neat is you can actually look out front here and see down the front. Proclamation. So this is the original safe that they kept the books in. Andy Dufresne, or Tim Robbins' character, would put the books in and walk up every night when it was done. I don't know what this, let's see. Yep, this is Warden's Office, Shawshank Redemption. So, this is his office.
I like to think the last thing that went through his head, other than that bullet, was to wonder how the hell Andy Dufresne ever got the best of him.
Of course, don't remember his name, but got a
letter. Got the telephone. Probably like supposed to be a picture of his wife. Books. Books. Memorial Library.
Our best to pitch in when and where we could. By the year Kennedy was shot, Andy had transformed the storage room smelling of rat turds and turpentine.
And they've got different kinds of books up here. Plus we got pictures of Red and Andy. And using the library. The movie Shawshank Redemption, this is the hat Morgan Freeman's character Red wore in several of the scenes. Got a picture of Brooks, or the actor that played Brooks. Picture of Warden Norton. Says,
Did you see it?
what? Oh, yeah, there it is. Brooks was here, so was Red. See, the carafe was purchased by set designer as a prop for Warden Norton's office. Shawshank State Prison. In the movie Shawshank, one of the state troopers who arrested Warden Norton wore this hat as part of their costume. With the closing of the Ohio State Reformatory, most of the solid brass seal of state Ohio doorknobs had been removed. The production crew for Shawshank Redemption created fake doorknobs like the ones on the right to be placed on the door, missing real doorknobs. Here's a cardboard cutout of Brooks. And this is scenes of what happened on the day after Andy escaped. Over here is when Red's going to see Andy. He gets out. Over here, here's the box. This was the box that Red, played by Morgan Freeman, uncovered from below the oak tree. Red opens the box to find an envelope of money and this letter. I can't read it.
Dear Red, if you're reading this, you've gotten out, and if you've come this far, maybe you'd be willing to come a little further. You remember the name of the town, don't you?
I could use a good man to help me get my project on wheels. I'll keep an eye out for you, and the chessboard ready. Remember, Red.
Hope is a good thing. Maybe the best of things, and no good thing ever dies. I will be hoping that this letter finds you and finds you well. Your friend, Andy.
I got pictures of Red with the box and the letter. Of course, there's
I guess I should have
Morgan
wrote it up
Freeman.
there. It's a little bit easier to read.
Morgan Freeman. Here, this was the compass Red purchased at the pawn shop and used it to find the oak tree in Buxton, Maine. Buxton, Maine looks a lot like Ohio. I think this is the door. Yeah, the door was created by the movie production crew at the Shawshank Redemption. The door was created to replicate the door found in solitary at the Ohio State Reformatory. Some of the solitary scenes in the movies were filmed in this fake solitary cell because the real cells were, in some cases, too small, as was the hallway leading to the cells. There are also extra openings that aren't found in the real cell doors, but these may have been added for filming purposes.
Kid passed. C+ average. Thought you'd like to know.
What's this over here? Andy Dufresne. The books and records for Brooks Library was delivered in wooden crates. This is the top to one of those crates used in the movie. Oh, here it is. The record player. Upon receiving a shipment of records and books, Andy picks the Mazo di Figaro, Marriage of Figaro by Johannes Amadeus Mozart to play over the loudspeaker in the yard. The record player is the same model as the one used in the movie, as is this record edition of Marriage of Figaro. The microphone, however, is the actual prop used in Shawshank Redemption. You can see there's the scenes of Andy playing the music, and then there's the scenes of him there. There's Hayward. I don't remember his name.
Oh, right over here.
I wish we would have watched this before we came, but the tinder trays and soup are just one of the many uses in the mess hall scenes in Shawshank Redemption. So this would be the secretaries. And this would have been where he sat when he turned the music on a bit. Because when he did it, Marge, hear me? That's where they would have been trying to break in to get to him when he was playing the music. You know that?
You're mine now.
This would be the same shot that the warden would see at the beginning of the movie when the truck was coming.
At
to
the
bring-
end, when the cops were,
Also, yeah,
well, you know what I'm saying, when they were
and
coming.
he looked
to-
out, and then of course.
He sat down.
But this wouldn't be where he shot himself, would it? I guess it would be. They did come in, yeah. So this is a classroom that they would use to reform the inmates that were here at the Ohio Reformatory. Oh, yeah. Marge, that is Brooks' room. This is, yeah. So they didn't do this at a different location. They did that right here.
There it is up there.
Yeah, I see it. Brooks was here, so was Red. Maybe, or maybe they recreated it here, but there's Brooks. It says Brooks' room. Says the historic Bisman building is located in downtown Mansfield and was used as the exterior shot of the Brewster Hotel. The hotel room itself was filmed here, and so this is it. Dear fellas, I can't believe how fast things move on the outside. I saw an automobile once when I was young. Now they're everywhere. The world went and got in a big damn hurry. People even talk faster and louder. The parole board got me into this halfway house called the Brewster and a job bagging groceries at the Foodway. It's hard work. I try to keep up, but my hands hurt most of the time. I don't think
the store manager likes me very much. Sometimes after work, I go to the park and feed the birds. I keep thinking Jake might just show up and say hello, but he never does. I hope wherever he is, he's doing okay and making new friends. I have trouble sleeping at night. I have bad dreams like I'm falling. I wake up scared. Sometimes it Takes me a while to remember where I am. Maybe I should get me a gun and rob the foodway so they'd send me home. I could shoot the manager while I was at it, sort of like a bonus. I guess I'm too old for that sort of nonsense anymore. I don't like it here. I'm tired of being afraid all the time. I've decided not to stay. I doubt they'll kick up any fuss. Not for an old crook like me.
You gotta read the rule.
Picture of an old gate outside the window. Looks like a bullet hole. Right here it is. Bullet hole. When you turn around, that's when you see where Brooks's room was. A couple bullet holes in that window.
Oh.